I'll tell you what, guys, one of the biggest things that sucks about being on the road if you're traveling is not missing your pillow. It's not missing your bed. It's not even missing your mom's cooking. I'll tell you what it is. It's missing having 3 monitors like you have at your home office at home. Stay tuned, guys. I have a solution. I'm going to show you guys how I go about traveling with my one of my mobile office rigs that allow me to have 3 monitors. Stay tuned, guys. I'll be right back here in a second to tell you all about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? You guys know who I am. That's right. I am Andre Reese.biz. That's right, guys. Andre Reese.biz. Not only do I do taxes, I do a whole bunch of other stuff. Retail, accounting, bookkeeping, all that type of stuff, along with taking care of your taxes. I also help folks learn about the tax code, how to set up a business, that type of thing, what kind of deductions you qualify for. I do all that. And as you guys know, if you follow me, I was born with a magnificent gift. No matter where I look, no matter where I see tax deductions and business opportunities all around me everywhere. So guys, make sure you book a consultation with me. That way I can get you set up, get you on the long, thin, and narrow path towards prosperity. You can book a consultation for $195 an hour, and we can go over your tax planning for the new year that's coming up, also finishing out the current year. We can also talk about starting a business, like I said, tax deductions, types of things you can, we can sit down, we can discuss, we can talk about it. $195 is all it runs for about an hour. If I can book a consultation with myself and pay myself $195, I definitely would do it, so I know you guys should do it as well. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start to roll into what today's topic is. But remember first, I want to make sure you guys take the time to remember that it's important to understand that it is imperative that we all know that this discussion is for educational purposes only. I don't play an attorney, a financial advisor, never even done one. I'm not one, and I haven't played one on television. So this is just fun conversations, fun discussions. So let's keep that in mind as we kind of walk through these topics here. And then, of course, stay tuned in the end here, because I always have tax deduction ideas that relate to this topic, as well as business opportunities that are available for you and anybody that wants to consider anything related to this topic. And also be sure to make sure you guys subscribe to the channel on YouTube here, and make sure at a minimum you guys go ahead and like the video. I appreciate it, and be your friend almost, at least for the day that you guys do it for. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the topic. So let's go ahead and talk about mobile offices. Now, so there used to be a time and a place when computers first came out, years and years and years, decades and decades ago, when they had Apple IIe's, and they had compact computers, etc. All you got was one monitor. In some cases, the monitor was small if it was a transportable. You were lucky if you got 11 or 10 or 12 inch CRT screen. But I'll tell you now, if you saw anybody back then that had multiple monitors, they were probably millionaire or billionaire status. Somebody like Gordon Gekko, he would have had multiple monitors that he would have been using, but he was a billionaire in training, at least, so that he could afford something like that. But fast forward to where we are right now, it's almost a part of life, like oxygen, water, and going to the bathroom. Having at least 2 monitors is almost really the key to productivity. If I see anybody operating long-term off of just one monitor, I'm thinking, wow, they can be a whole lot more productive, especially when you have all these cloud-based applications, you're working on different projects for yourself. It's just a lot more effective to have 2 monitors. And then if you can have 3 monitors on top of that, you're at the top of your game. And I'll tell you guys, to be honest with you, the most I've had as far as monitors at one time was 4. I had 3 monitors on the bottom. I had 1 monitor up on top. And then you ask yourself, well, so what did you use 4 monitors for? Well, the main monitor on the top is what I called it. These were all 27-inch monitors. The monitor that was up on top, it was the one that I usually watched television, YouTube, Comcast, whatever it might have been at the time. And then the other 3 monitors are the ones I really worked on. I oftentimes had email open on one, and the other 2 monitors were the main ones that I was working on. Especially if you're doing taxes, it's useful to have the prior year tax return open and look at the current year tax return. So having 2 monitors is really almost imperative to be able to be productive. So that's kind of where things were with me, and just monitors really in general. And so now that I've been in business now for at least 21 years for, tax business, my business itself has been, I've been remote before remote was a thing. I've talked about this before many times in the past. I'll just be brief. When I first started out my business, I used to go to my client's house, sit at the kitchen table, have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and get the documents and go back to my lab, prepare the return, come back and drop it off. Now what I've done, because that's no longer efficient, is at some point, probably at least maybe 15 years ago, I started to go more remote, where I allowed my clients to be able to send me information and docs. And so by going remote and seeing only a few clients a year, that just made it possible for me to be able to work almost anywhere. So during tax season, if I decide to take off, because my birthday is always at the end of February, I can still be productive someplace else, And so I've really tried to build my life around having an office system that is a mobile, and also a business process and practice that's allows me to be remote as well. And this, like I said, this is all outside of the pandemic and all the things that kind of happened with that. And so where I am now is I have a primary office at home that I use, and so I have a couple 27-inch monitors, and I find that I can get away with just a minimum of 3 monitors, so I have 2 27s on the bottom. I've got a 32 up above. And then, so it's the same basic scenario here. The majority of my work that I do is on the 2 main monitors on the bottom. And as you guys see me look up, I'm looking up at my 32-inch monitor up on top. And then that's the one I usually watch YouTube and different programs on. I might even have, the stock market going, keeping a track. So anything that I want to monitor and keep track of, but it doesn't require my full attention constantly, I usually have that up there. And anything I'm going back and forward on, going through, opening, closing, those type of things, email, whatever it might be, it's usually on the 2 monitors on the bottom. Then I also have a portable, actually I have a business office. So my business office, in my home office, I have 3 permanent monitors. When I go to my business location where I meet clients at occasionally, not often. So like I said, majority of my clients, everything happens, and my work I do is all done remotely at home, but my business office is located in Brentwood. I occasionally see clients there. A lot of times people that may want to come in for the first time will want to kind of sit down and talk and go through some stuff. So we'll meet there. But after that, the relationship, moves to being a virtual. At that location, I have 2 24-inch monitors. That's about all that fits on my desk. And then I have my laptop that I bring with me, and that functions as my 3rd monitor. So I kind of have 2 monitors here. My laptop is underneath it. I can the way that I have everything situated, I have the 3rd monitor on the bottom, and then I have the 2, so I can kind of move back and forth between them and still be able to see them, even though the monitor's on the bottom. And then my final is my mobile rig. So if it's something quick that I have to do, where I need to just go someplace and I'm only there for a couple 30 minutes or something like that, I'm not tripping. I'll usually go ahead and just bring my laptop and I'm good to go, But if it's one of those things where over the summertime, I spent quite a bit of time out of town. I was probably on the road for about 2.5 months or so at a remote installation. And I was working on my 2 businesses, assisting clients, taking care of business, that type of stuff. And I had my laptop with me. And so what I ended up doing was, while I was there, I was like, you know what? I need more desktop space. So I kind of thought about it for a little bit. And I said, you know what? Why don't I just try to duplicate what I have at home? So I went down the street. There was a Costco close by, and I bought one 27-inch monitor, brought it back to the hotel and set it up next to the laptop. And boom, I had 2 monitors. I had the 27-inch monitor, and I had the, 13 or 14-inch, whatever it is, on the MacBook. I was using those back and forward. And then so after a while, about maybe a week or 2 or so, I was like, you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and just buy another monitor? So I did. So while I was in the hotel, I had 3 monitors. So I had two 27 inches side by side. In the middle, I had my laptop screen, which was the 13 inch or so. And then within the Mac, they have a way that when you move the mouse around, depending upon where the monitor's at, high or low, your movement goes back and forth between the monitors. So I just had to set that up there real quick. But in the end, I was working on the road, like I said, for about 2.5 months with two 27-inch monitors and a 13-inch monitor. And when I would come back home periodically, once a week, once every couple of weeks or so, what I ended up doing was I ended up buying a 2-monitor bag. They sell them on Amazon. And you guys will see this in the video. And with the bag, what it allows you to do, allows you to break the monitors down flat, put them side by side inside the case. You can put all the stands and stuff in there. You can put your keyboard. Then the whole thing zips up and it's got a strap on it. And then you can actually carry this onto the plane if you wanted to, or you can easily just take the stuff back home. So for about, like I said, 2.5 weeks or so, 2.5 months, I was going back and forth with the 2 monitors with the case, and I had a fully functional office. And then along with that, I also had a full function keyboard. If you're doing accounting, you need to have the numeric stuff, so it's like 101 keys or whatever it is. So I had that set up through Bluetooth. And then one of the problems you're going to find when you're in a hotel is a lot of times the desk area that you work on, it's going to have a glass surface on top of it. It allows them to keep that surface fresh and pristine. It allows them to easily clean it so it doesn't get marked up and they have to replace it being in a hotel. One of the things you'll find out with a typical mouse is you have to make sure you get a special mouse that allows you to work on any type of surface, including glass. And if you're on a surface that's glass, the mouse will be able to read the glass surface and it'll be able to move around. If not, when you move your mouse around on the table, it won't work. So I was able to go ahead and buy one of those. And then so those are all the basic stuff. So I had the 2 monitors, I had the bag, I had the alphanumeric keyboard, I had the mouse itself, I had my MacBook. And then the other thing I had too was lighting is not the best in the world. I have 2 monitor lights that I've mounted on top of the monitor, and that allowed me to illuminate my workspace and be able to see everything I'm working on. So that worked out great, And then I think one of the most important things if you're going to be on the road working, you're going to always need to make sure you have a VPN, because if you're on the road for long periods of time, you're trying to use your hotspot on your phone, you might use up your time, your bandwidth really, really quick. But if you're able to use the hotel, Wi-Fi, whatever it might be, a lot of times it's fast enough. But the thing about it is you're worried about, especially if you're dealing with secure information, you're going to want to have a VPN to be able to mask your web activity so no one can snoop in on it. And it's very useful. There's a lot of them that are available. It almost seems like any YouTube video you watch these days, they're always pushing some type of VPN. So just you do your due diligence, look around and see. But most of them, you can probably get yourself a nice VPN for, $20, $30 a year or a few dollars a month. And that's going to be one of the things that are going to be really, really necessary. So in the end, guys, talking about my mobile office that I used, I think the only thing left to do here is to kind of show you what it was. But just to kind of wrap everything up in talking here, the mobile office allowed me to be completely productive, and it allowed me to function at a level like I normally would function at my office, at my house, or my office where I meet my clients at. And so by having the extra space, the 27-inch monitors, it was really key to being able to be productive. And then on the flip side, the 27-inch monitors are light enough to break down to a point, especially if you get the bag that they sell at on Amazon, to be able to carry those. If it's not the lightest thing in the world, but it's not the heaviest thing in the world. But if you're going to be, like I said, if you're going to be on the road for a long period of time, or servicing a client, or posted up in a conference room someplace, having 2 monitors to function and work off of will definitely make a huge difference in your productivity for sure. So sit tight real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and roll over real quick into the video footage of me using my home office on the road with 3 monitors. Like I said, I call it my mobile office rig 3000. There you go. That's a nice little name for it. Stay tuned, guys. I'll let you guys take a look at it. I'll be right back in a second. All right, guys, so this is what I'm talking about as far as my mobile on the road office. So I think most people, that have a tendency to work, in a home location. They're used to using at least one monitor, and two is almost really the standard. So now that I'm on the road, you can see that I'm here in the hotel. This is what I use. I use two 27-inch monitors. So that's 27-inch monitor number one, 27-inch monitor number two. Then I also have my MacBook Pro right there. I don't know how big the screen is on that. It's either, I think it's 14 inches or something like that. Then I also travel with a full keyboard with the numbers on it, which are useful for accounting. Then also I use one of these Logitech, mouses, which are great because they'll work on any surface. So a lot of times when you go to the hotels, you're going to find that your surface is glass, and if you have a mouse without a mouse pad, it won't work. This will work on any surface, that you may have. And so like I said, this is kind of what I do here. So this is monitor number one that I have. I gotta have my laptop right there in the middle, which gives me my second monitor. Then I'm gonna have my third monitor over here on this side. So I've got two full 27 inches. And then I also use these things here too. These are available on Amazon. These are little L adapters that make it easy to have your cords go straight down. I'm not doing it on this side here. I have one of them right there. I also have a series of USB hubs there that I use to charge up phone or my headphones, whatever it might be. So this works out great. And then if you take a look over here, just to kind of, the wires are messy. I'm not at home. But the one thing I want to show you here is I use one of these risers for my laptop that allows me and gives me the ability to be able to boost that up. And then you're going to have your standard, HDMI to USB-C adapters right there, power plugs and all that. And then the cool thing is I use this. So I bought this off of Amazon. I think it was less than $100. And what this thing does here is this is what allows me to put my two 27-inch monitors. And I haven't tried it yet, but I'm assuming that I can probably easily carry this onto a plane and put it in the overhead bin. And you just more or less just take your two 27-inch monitors. One goes in the front, one goes in the back. There's a little felt here in the middle. There's extra space to put stuff that you may need as far as like cords, that type of stuff. But I use these little bags here to keep track of my stuff so I don't lose it. And actually I have another thing in here too. I even have my keyboard rester for my arm. That way it's ergonomic because I keep all that stuff here. Makes it really, really simple. And then what I'll do is I'll take and break down the monitor stands, remove them, and then go ahead and add them back here to the bag. And then the one thing I do travel with is a little small screwdriver. That way I can go ahead and screw the stand back together and take it apart. So that's kind of what I do here to stay super productive while I'm on the road with this particular bag. It's got, normal, carrying straps with it, plus also the shoulder strap. This thing works great. Everything is all available on Amazon. And this is how I stay super duper productive while I'm on the road. So I'll go ahead and jump back to the lab and finalize everything. But I just want to give you guys kind of a heads up of what I'll do here. And one other thing real quick, if you take a look here at the hotel, I'm just using, this really is a desk that's made for one. My girl will sit here and we more or less share half the desk. She uses the main chair because I'm sitting here all day long. She may be in and out kind of a thing. I'll use this other chair here kind of as my base. But whatever they have in the hotel, you just kind of try to make it work. But I think the most important thing is to be able to have your separate monitors and your main computer monitor to be able to try to be as productive as possible. So this is very similar to how it would be if I was at home. Actually, the setup I have at home, I have two 27s on the bottom, then I have a 32-inch monitor on top. So I'm at least still operating with the functionality of three monitors. And if I want to turn around and watch, CNBC, the market's kind of tripping out, I'll go ahead and turn on, the television that they provide here at the hotel. But for the most part, this works great. I can be productive. I can get up early in the morning and work all day long to the late evening, getting done what I need to get done. And I'm very, very productive, very, very happy. When it's time to pack up and go to the next location, I can easily do that with the help of my bag. All right, guys. Okay, guys, this is one thing I forgot to show you guys that I have with my monitors here. Now, if I kind of back off here, you can see my area is all lit up. The main light that is right there, for the desk, it's off. But my whole entire work area is well lit. You can see the shadows there behind the monitors and all that. So what's going on? I use these at home. These work great if you want to illuminate yourself, if you're doing like a video or something like that. But these actually are kind of like art lights, where they just kind of shine down, and what it does is it kind of illuminates my working area. So I have two of them. And then the thing that's really cool about them is that they are adjustable. You can turn them on and off. You can change the type of light, warm, cool, really bright, whatever it is you want to do. You can turn the intensity, up and down, as well. But I wanted to at least show you guys that. When I filmed the original video, I did not have the lights installed. And so I want to go ahead and just show you guys that right now. All right, guys, welcome back. What you guys think? I know you're probably thinking, how in the hell would I carry something like that around? But like I said, it's not designed to work and function every time that you are on the road. The whole idea behind using something like this here is just the simple fact that allows you to be super productive if you're going to be posted up for a long period of time in one location. And that's what I was doing when I was out traveling, and I was on the road for about 2.5 months. So this particular monitor situation really served me well. And then I think also as well, the situation is small enough where you're able to still be able to carry it onto an airplane. If you need to go ahead and check it underneath the plane, you probably can do it at that as well. I don't know if there's enough padding and protection that you're going to be able to find on the the bag. There's quite a bit that's there, but I don't know if I would recommend it be reasonable and useful for you to go ahead and consider checking it underneath the plane. That, like I said, it's always an option to be able to do, but I would probably recommend it's probably best just to go ahead and carry it onto the plane. And you got to figure it's the size of two 27-inch monitors that are broken down. So that's easily less than the size of a carry-on bag. And you don't even have to even use 27-inch monitors. You can use two 24-inch monitors. You can use two 21-inch monitors. The whole idea here is just to allow you guys to have some flexibility and being able to be a lot more productive. If you're going to be loaded up and in a location for a long period of time, this way you'll be able to have maximum productivity, and you'll be able to get out of there a lot quicker. And I think it's all definitely worth it for sure. But me personally, I have not yet been able to use this particular mobile office rig and carry it on an airplane. I don't know for sure if it does fit in overhead bins. When I was recently flying, I did notice, I did pay a lot of attention, that it does have the potential, because even though the bag is kind of large, it's very soft, so it kind of crumples down, for sure. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video here talking about the home office, mobile office rig 3000 that I utilize now whenever I'm going to be doing long-term installations, or I'm going to be posted up for some place for a long time, and I want to be able to be as productive as possible. It doesn't work in every situation, but it's for sure an idea that is achievable. Didn't cost a lot of money to be able to do it, and I think it's something you guys can definitely do if you guys decide to. So I'll go ahead and wrap everything up here. Make sure you guys go ahead. Oh, you know what? Before I even do that, I think the most important thing, that we forgot to talk about here is the reason why you guys tune into this video. I'm about ready to sign off here and have to try to patch this thing to fix it. But remember, the couple things we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about business ideas. We didn't talk about business deductions as it relates to this individual topic. Now, I tell you, if you're gone on the road for a long, long time, there's a couple things that are business opportunities here, but I'll get to those in a second. One of the things you can do as a business opportunity is helping folks maximize their home office. So if you're able to come over and help them get their desk set up, help them get their living arrangements set up, however it is that they're going to function day to day, be able to go out and buy the equipment, quote it, set it up, make sure it works. That's always a business opportunity, for you. Also, too, if you are at the point where you're able to go through and utilize the same skills and help individuals set up for a mobile office, that's something that's going to be available to you as well. But I'll tell you, the two, I think one of the most important business opportunities you're going to find here for people that travel is a service that you can provide them. TaskRabbit. And if you're out of town, you got a few things you got to deal with. I call them almost like the 3 Ps: plants, pets, and packages. So If you're going to be gone for an extended period of time, if you're able to run a service where you're able to go over to somebody's house, and grab their packages, take care of their pets, make sure that they're fed. This works great for cats. If it's the dog walking service, you can do that as well. And then most importantly, get those packages before they get gapped by the porch pirate. That's always going to be an incredible service. Somebody can give you access to their home through a keypad or through an extra key, and you can charge a fee per day to be able to run this service. You have a number of different clients, especially if they travel a lot. They will really appreciate themselves having, and I think one of the biggest things is when you come off the road, you want to kind of quickly absorb yourself back into the way things were in the house without having to really think about stuff. So if somebody feels comfortable having their pet at home, and somebody comes over and checks on them and walks them or whatever it might be, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable than actually dropping them off maybe at one of these, fancy doggy daycare kind of kennel kind of places where you never know who's coming and going, as far as, the pet community is concerned. So you can always set up a house setting service that allows you to do that. And if somebody has a little bit more of a need, you might even be able to stay in the home. Those are things that you can all work out as well. But I think that's probably one of the biggest business opportunities that exist around people that travel a lot. They're going to be out of town, that are going to have a need for a mobile office, especially if they're single, so that's one of the things to kind of think about there. Then, of course, in this video, almost everything that we talked about here is deductible. If you buy monitors to be able to use to be more productive, it's ordinary and necessary for your business. Computers, of course, laptops, whatever that might be. Cell phone, you need that. You got to pay for your cell phone service. Those things are all going to be deductible. All the office equipment you're going to need, mouses, keyboards, whatever they might be. If you do recording on the show, you've got on the road, you have a whole camera setup where you do YouTube videos, whatever they might be. You got microphone stands, that kind of stuff is all deductible. And of course, when you're traveling, servicing clients and conducting business, if that's the priority purpose of your travel, you're always able to deduct your travel costs, hotel, Uber, tips, that kind of stuff, eating out, meals, etc. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video here. Like I said, we've stepped all through how to get a mobile office set up. Pretty easy to do. And if you're looking to be the most productive as possible, you got to have at least one monitor. And I would suggest start out with one monitor, see how that goes. And if you are ready to go all in, go ahead and get yourself a second one. So whatever works for you is what works for me. And of course, remember the business ideas, they're always going to be epic. And then of course, the deduction opportunities are always going to be there for you as well. Final thing here, make sure you guys like I said, the video and subscribe to my channel. I definitely will appreciate it. And then take care. I think I saw somebody walk in. If you guys didn't notice or not, the housekeeper's here. So she just got a whole bunch of game about mobile offices and all that type of stuff. But other than that, guys, I think I've done my duty. Let me just take one last drink of water here. Can't think of anything else. That's it. All right, guys. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end of this video. Visit me directly at andrereese.biz. 4 things to do: like, follow, subscribe, hit that bell. Stay safe, guys. Lift the glass to freedom. Stay woke and don't get TikTok. Take care. I will see you guys in the next video.